Good evening, children. Good evening. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you
Yes,
hear?
sir. We can hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Today, you're welcome to the session. We'll say this is quick revision and past paper discussion. Today, I have selected a past paper, right? And first of all, let me explain about the paper, right? And how you can gain marks and what is the structure of paper. I know that you have referred these papers and you have thorough idea about this past paper, right? Then anyway, we will try to understand what is the paper, right? What is the paper structure and everything we have to discuss, right? Then I will go through one paper I have selected. That is 2000. This is 2023 business environment 2023 January paper. I will discuss and we will try to remind everything through this paper, right? First of all, let me share the past paper. Right. It's actually. Right. Is the paper. This is January 2023 paper. And if you go to the, you have 3 hours. This is actually 3 hours and 15 minutes. 15 minutes given to read, right? Now you don't have any selection. You have to answer all questions, right? Answer should be in one language, in the medium applied for the for in booklets provided. State clearly assumptions made if you have any action verb list that has given, right? And 100 marks paper. Now here you have section A, right? Section A, section B, right? Section A, section B, and section C. In section C, it is given a case study. This is actually mini case study, right? Mini case study means this is very small case study. Then you should be able to understand this case study. Read all case studies given in all past papers, right? Then try to understand any case study, right? But don't try to read 2-3 times. Two times it's okay, right? Try to understand at once, or you can read it that 2 times, right? If you can't understand, read it again, right? But to save your time, it is advisable train yourself to understand these case studies quickly, right? For that, what you have to do is read these case studies and train yourself to understand this. The first A section, right? You have 40 marks. To gain this 40 marks, you have 20 questions. Altogether, 20 questions are there, right? 15 MCQs and 5 10 MCQs, 5 questions are given to mark true and false, and 16 to 20 you have to give short answers, 16 to 20, right? Then 2 marks for each. Now, altogether 20 questions are there, and 2 into 20, that is 40, right? 2 into 20 is 40. Okay. Now, we'll start from this OTQ section, right? We'll discuss first 10 MCQs, right? Now, you have to mark, then I will mark the correct answer, right? Then we will check what is the total marks you have obtained for the MCQ section. Which one of the following is an internal stakeholder of a business? Internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. All stakeholders we can divide into 2, right? Stakeholders, there are 2 types of stakeholders. Who is stakeholder? Stakeholder is a party, a person, or entity that interested with the organization, right? As an example, who are interested parties, right? Customers are interested, right? They're interested to get information about products, quality, and pricing. Suppliers are interested. Why? They are looking forward to supply goods and services, materials, right? And potential employees, customers, general public, many stakeholders are there. Here, mainly, we can divide these stakeholders into 2. Internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Internal stakeholders and external stakeholders. Internal mean who are inside the organization. We can say employees, owners, right? They are internal. Who are external stakeholders? Customers, suppliers, government, general public, they are external stakeholders, right? Then your question is asking which one of the following is an internal stakeholder of a business? Society, that is external, right? Creditors, external. Competitors, external. Owners, internal, right? Then the correct answer is 4, right? Which one of the following is not an example for formal organization? Organizations we can categorize it based on different categories, right? Now, some are formal, some are informal. There are formal organizations, mean there is a particular hierarchy, right? Sometimes there may be there's a registration of this organization. There's a legal foundation for all this, right? Then what kind of this? Ministry of Education, that is public sector formal organization. Google PLC, that is also a multinational company, the IT company, right? That is also formal. Facebook chat group, this is not formal. There is no registration, right? There is no leadership. That is just certain people gathered for only for the chat. University of Colombo, right? Then all these, out of all these, this 3 is informal organization. That is not a formal organization. Which one of the following group consists only human needs? Needs and wants. Needs are necessities, right? And others, wants are desires, right? Now, needs are desires, needs are necessities, but wants are the way we are going to fulfill these requirements, right? Wants are the ways that we can fulfill these needs, right? Then if he says food, then we can say bread, rice, hoppers, string hoppers. These are wants, right? And if he says clothes, right? Shirt, t-shirt, trouser, those are desires, right? Then we'll say shelter, food, and clothes. It seems correct answer, no? Bread, food, and safety. Bread is not a need. Bread, house, and shirts. Shelter, shirts, and electricity. Shirt is a want in the fourth answer. In the third answer, all are wants. In second answer, bread is a want. Shelter, food, and clothes, all these 3 are needs. Only human needs. Which one of the following is characteristic of formal business? Right? Which one of the following is a characteristic of formal business? I told you there are formal businesses, informal, right? It has a continuous process. There is no uncertainty. It does not have an economic activity. It is not motivated by profit. Mark your answer. It has a continuous process. That is characteristic of a business. There is no uncertainty. Business as a risk, that means the uncertain situation. It does not have economic activity. Business is economic activity. It's generating profits. There are transactions, all economic activities. It is not motivated by profit. Normally, all businesses are motivated by profit. Then which one of the following is a characteristic of the formal business? It has a continuous process. Which one of the following is an advantage of using checks over cash? Right? Checks. Easy to prove the payment made. Safety to make the payment. Ability to state the post date. All of the above. Following is an advantage. Easy to prove the payment made. Yeah. Check. We can easily prove that we have provided the check. We can keep a copy of check. Also, there's a payment voucher and there's a counter file. Then we can definitely say. And other thing is this check transaction goes to the statement, bank statement. Then definitely we can prove that by reconciling the bank statement and the checkbook. Safety to make the payment. That is safe once we compare with cash. Ability to state post date. Yes. Check we can post date. Right? Check we can post date. Second one, safety to make the payment. Yes, that is safety. Then we can avoid that unnecessary people, they are encashing the check in the bank counter. We can cross it. Right? Ability to state post date. Yeah, we can post date to encash in this particular day. Yes, all of above. All of these are advantages of using checks. Consider the following statements with reference to the Colombo Stock Exchange. Colombo Stock Exchange. What do you know about Colombo Stock Exchange? Right? Colombo Stock Exchange, that is dealing what? Stocks, that means shares. Right? People can buy and sell shares in Colombo Stock Exchange. Right? We'll see what are those statements. It manages the official foreign reserve of Sri Lanka. No, that is not managing foreign reserves. Right? That is foreign reserve management that goes to the central bank. It provides right? It provides a regulated environment for both institutional and operate at the capital markets. It provides regulated environment for both institutional and individual investors operated in the capital markets. No, that is not capital market. No, capital market and money market we have discussed, right? This is not that. It helps investors to convert their shares into cash. C is correct. C is correct. And B, yeah. B also we can say the institutional and individual investors too operated in the capital market. Yeah, they can invest their money, right? Out of these three, the foreign reserve matter, that is wrong. Then B and C are correct. Which one of the following is not supervised by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka? Right? State-owned banks. State-owned banks, that is definitely central bank supposed to control. Bank of Ceylon. Anyway, those are commercial banks. Unit trust. Unit trust. Unit trust is a kind of investment. They support people to invest. Right? That is mitigating the risk of investors. Right? How they mitigate the risk? Unit trust. Normally, if you want to invest money, but you don't have sufficient knowledge about these investment opportunities, then what you can do is you can go for unit trust. Then you are not supposed to decide in which instrument you are going to invest. You are not going to specify that you are going to invest in the share market. You are not asking to invest this money in treasury bills. You are not asking to invest this money in treasury bonds. You are not asking any. Then what this unit trust is doing, if you are giving 100, as an example, think you are going to invest 1 million, right? This unit trust decides where you are going to invest this money, right? That is not your risk. Then unit trust is selling you 1 million worth of units. Each unit has a benefit, right? These units has a benefit. That is the way they are mitigating the risk. right? Normally, sometimes they are not investing all this money in one investment opportunity. They are not going to invest the entire 1 million in share market. They are not going to invest entire 1 million in treasury bills or treasury bonds. They will invest those in different instruments, investment opportunities. That is the way they are going to mitigate the risk of investment, right? But that is not regulated by central bank, right? That is not regulated by the central bank. All others, licensed commercial banks, registered financial companies, all these institutions are regulated by Central Bank of Sri Lanka, except unit trust. Which one of the following is a feature of wholesale trader? Involves considerable level of credit transactions. Wholesalers involves in considerable level of credit transactions. Buyer's intention is for own consumption. Retailers and consumers are the involved partners. Transactions are completed always by cash or cash equivalents. What is the correct one? Involves considerable level of credit transactions. Yes, wholesalers are involved in credit transactions, most probably, right? Normally, in the supply chain, right? Wholesale, manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer, then final step is of the supply chain is the customer, right? Wholesaler is in between retailer and the manufacturer. Then definitely they are involved in with number of credit transactions. Sometimes they are buying credits as well as they are selling for retailers on credit, right? That is involved in credit transactions. 19. Consider the following characteristics: vision, clarity, self-confidence. Of above characteristics of an entrepreneur is all this vision. Entrepreneur should have a vision. Entrepreneur is supposed to be creative and self-confidence. Then answer. Consider the following statements. Contribute to the gross domestic product of the country. Lack of continuity. Generate employment opportunities. Help to alleviate poverty. Of the above, importance of SME. What is SME? Small and medium scale enterprise. SME stands for small and medium scale enterprise. Then contributes the gross domestic production of the country. That is true. Lack of continuity, that is wrong, right? There is a continuity in small and medium scale business. There is a formal business, even though there is SME. Generates employment opportunities. That is true, right? The lesson is how this employment, this particular industries, right? SMEs, small and medium scale enterprises, became the spine of the economy. That is the lesson, right? That generates employment opportunities. That's also help to alleviate poverty by providing jobs, employment opportunities. Then we can't accept statement B, lack of continuity. Then A, C, and D. What is it? A, B, C, A, C, and D. Yeah. Right, 10. These 5 questions you have to mark true or false. A check is an example for electronic money. Check is not electronic money. A letter of credit is a payment method used in international trade. Yes. Right? Letter of credit. What is letter of credit? LC. Right? The acronym is LC. As an example thing, one buyer and seller, right? They are coming for a business, right? As an example thing, buyer A in Russia, right? Place order to Russian buyer, place T order to Sri Lankan company, right? Now these two investors, these two business parties, they are far away, and sometimes they don't know each other, right? Now seller is fear to sell without getting money. Buyer is fear to pay without receiving goods. Why? They don't have much mutual understanding since they are not in the same country. Then what can do is this bankers of these two parties get involved to solve this matter. Buyer can deposit money in the bank and get in a letter of credit and send that to the seller's seller's bank. Now seller's bank is given assurance payment is ready. Once you send the good, then payment will transfer to your account. Based on that trust, these two parties can sell and buy. The letter of credit is a payment method used in international trade. That is true. Capital market is a market for short-term finance. No. Finance market we can divide into two, money market and capital market, right? Finance market, the entire finance market we can divide into two. We can divide into two. What is this? Right? Then one is finance market, other one is capital market. Normally the finance market, right? Finance market that is known as the short term, that is selling and buying short-term financial instruments like treasury bills, right? Treasury bills and long-term market is the capital market, right? Long-term market is the capital market. Now, capital market operates in, they are selling and buying treasury bonds, right? Treasury bonds. Treasury bonds mean that is long term. The maturity period is long, right? That is last lesson in your study pack, right? Finance market, right? Money market divided into two, finance market and capital market, right? money market, one is finance market, other one is capital. Hello? Yeah. Okay. Right. Money market, finance market, and uh, capital market. Right? Finance market, right? This is short term. Capital market, long term. Here example treasury bonds, here example treasury bills. Right? This is also divided into two, primary market and primary and secondary. Primary and secondary. Now, central bank selling central bank, commercial banks, and they are operating in the primary market, right? Primary dealers, central bank, and commercial banks. Why? Primary dealers and commercial banks can buy these short-time finance instruments from central bank, and they can sell those in secondary market to other parties, especially general public, right? And also they can buy from commercial banks, and primary dealers can buy those treasury bills from general public or other parties, and they can sell those back to central bank in primary market. That is the way. Capital market also operating in the same way. Then we'll see what are those answers. Capital market is a market for short-term finance. Then capital market is a market that is not short-term, that is long-term. This is false. If the name of transferee is used only as the endorsement, it is bank endorsement, right? If the name of the transferee is used only as the endorsement, it is a bank endorsement. Yes, that is true. Indemnity principle is considering only for the life insurance. No, indemnity is that is a policy for all. This is wrong, right? This is wrong. Indemnity not only relevant for life insurance, that is for all insurance and all insurance policies, right? All 15, right? You just tell me how many answers, how many correct answers you have. Just type, just send me a message. Out of 15, 13. That's it. Only one has sent me. Only one. Only one has answered. 11, 12, 13, 10. Right, okay. Write the answer for questions 116 to 120 in your answer booklet. State difference between vision and the mission in organization. What is the vision? What is the mission? Vision. What is the vision? Vision is the long-term objective of the organization. Right? Mission statement says that where this organization is going to be. Right? Where the organization is going to be. Right? That is the long-term direction of the organization. Right? That means in the long term, what is the achievement or what is the long-term achievement of the organization? What is the purpose of existence of the business? As an example, we can say, be the number one supplier in electronic or home appliances, right? That is their goal. Sometimes these organizations will not be able to achieve this target within their lifetime. Anyway, that is the that is their vision, right? That is their vision. They are going to be in long term. Mission statement says how this organization is going to achieve the ultimate objective indicated in the vision statement, right? Ultimate objective they have indicated in the vision statement. The way they are going to achieve this goal, they have to indicate in the mission statement. As an example, if this is a finance company, if they are going to be the number one financial institution in the country, then what in the mission statement they can say, right? That is the way they are going to achieve this particular target, right? Then that is the difference between vision and mission. Finally, we can say mission is that indicates the strategies, right? Mission states strategies. State two ways of enhancing performance of small and medium enterprise in Sri Lanka. State two ways of enhancing performance of small and medium enterprise in Sri Lanka. Right? How can they? We can say let them the access to finance, right? Yeah, providing incentives, right? Then provide much access to financial sources, right? And uh, applying the technology, introducing modern technology, right? Out of this, then you can state two forces in Porter's five forces analysis. In Porter's five force analysis, Porter's five force mean there are five forces, right? Forces, the five force analysis that indicates five forces. What are those five forces? One is rivalry among competitors, bargaining power of customers, bargaining power of suppliers, threat of substitutes, threat of new entries. These are five forces introduced by Michel Porter, right? That is Porter's five force analysis, right? Out of these five, you can write any two. Explain briefly the meaning of intra-entrepreneurship. Intra-entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, right? Intra-entrepreneurship, that is the employees in the business, right? They are coming with some creative ideas, right? Employees are coming with the internal parties, the employees, mainly employees can come up with creative ideas for innovations, right? Now, that is within the organization, right? There are people with different skills, right? Then they can come up with some creative or talented ideas to develop products, right? That is intra-entrepreneurship. Explain briefly what is meant by the corporate social responsibility, right? Corporate social responsibility. The corporate social responsibility, or CSR, that stand for company has a special responsibility. The organization has a special responsibility towards the society. Since the organization operates in the society, they have to do something for the society. Right? They are involved in it many. Sometimes that may be welfare activity. Sometimes that may be the environmental conservation or different activities. Then finally, we can say corporate social responsibility is the responsibility of a business to, or the commitment of the business to society, right? That is uplifting life conditions. Sometimes maybe that is avoiding environmental degradation, right? Sometimes, as an example, we can say that some companies operated in electronic industry, right? As a CSR project, they can go for collection of garbage, electronic garbage, and dispose those systematically, right? And those are CSR, right? But anyhow, these companies or businesses operate in the society, they have certain responsibilities. That is CSR, corporate social responsibility. Right. Now, essay type questions. Anne is following a business studies course in a private educational institute. As part of the curriculum, she was required to make presentation on Companies Act of Sri Lanka and its applicability to business in Sri Lanka, and seeks your help to find answers for the following questions. Right. Identify 3 information contained in the certificate of incorporation. Once the company incorporated in as a company in Companies House under Companies Act, right? That include different information, mainly the name of the company, right? What company is this, right? The liability of the company, is this limited liability or unlimited liability, or is this limited by the guarantee, right? That's to be indicated, right? Then if this is a private company or this is public company, right? Sometimes we have to, if this is a offshore company, then clearly that's to be indicate in the certificate and date of incorporation, right? There are many. Then it is asking only 3. You can write 3, 1 mark for each. In that way, you can get. State 4 benefits of public limited company to the economy of the country, right? This is not advantage, right? This is asking state 4 benefits of a public limited company, not to the company, public limited company to the economy of the country, right? How it benefited to the economy? Mainly we can say that is contributed to the economic growth, right? That is contributed to the gross domestic product, and that is helpful to achieve economic growth. And it is providing employment opportunities, right? It is creating jobs. It is creating jobs, right? Another thing is it is providing investment opportunities. As an example, this company, right, is public company, then they can sell their shares. Who are buying these shares, that is another investment opportunity for others, right? And that is developing the stock market, right? These are benefits for the economy. How to use the name of a company, right? Normally, if it, according to that, it is a limited liability company, right? If it is private limited, end of the name, that to be indicate PVT Ltd, right? Private companies, they have to write their name as private limited, right? And if it is public company, then definitely they have to add one part end of the name, that is PLC, public company. PLC stand for public company. Another thing is they were supposed to indicate the liability, that is limited, LTD, finally LTD. If it is a PLC company, that is PLC LTD. If it is a private company, PVT LTD, right? These are the requirements of Companies Act when we are naming the company, right? Total marks 10, 334, right? That is very easy question. Expressway is a transport service. Expressway is a transport service provider with a fleet of highway buses, passenger vans, luxury cars, and lorries for hire. Neville is the owner and the manager of Expressway. He incurs a considerable amount of money every year to insure these vehicles. However, he believes that the cost is negligible compared to the risk public transportation, right? Identify the type of insurance policy which Neville can insure his fleet of vehicles, right? Fleet of vehicles, what kind of insurance policies? Mainly we can say definitely Neville is supposed to insure his fleet of trucks and fleet of buses, right? Commonly the fleet of vehicles under motor vehicle insurance, that is for accidents, right? And natural disasters, fire, right? Theft. There are many insurance policies that Neville can insure his vehicles. You have to list down on the identify. Explain 2 reasons why insurance is important for business organization. What are the main things, right? It is mitigating the risk, the uncertainty, right? Uncertainty. This insurance policies are mitigating the uncertainty, right? That is one, right? Another thing is they can provide welfare, right? They can provide some facilities to employees, right? Facilities to employees, right? Sometimes they can insure their employees, right? Sometimes that is most probably that there is a sort of welfare that is mitigating the risk, right? That is increasing the efficiency, right? You have to explain these parts. State 4 difficulties that the organization will have to face due to non-availability effective transportation system. What is it? Right? Sometimes they will have a difficulty to gather goods on time, right? There will be a time delay of receiving goods, right? And sometimes there may be accidents. Sometimes there may be damages to goods transport in the particular vehicle, right? Sometimes that is not properly aligned with the requirement. As an example thing, vehicle transporting food, just like fish and meat, right? That's to be transported in cooler trucks, right? Cooler trucks. Then definitely, if that is not available, then definitely that will affect to the goods transported in the vehicle. Another thing is the safety, right? Safety. Some goods need a safety, right? That is also another disadvantage or difficulty, right? And accidents. Right. That is the question number 2. Question number 4 says, eWays is Malaysian company that is in the business of retail trading of electronic bikes. They advertise their products through the website www.eway.com. Potential customers can visit their website and place order by paying 50% of the price of the bike. Their agents are in several Asian countries. After placing the order by the customer, eWay exports the bike through the respective agent. You are required to explain the type of electronic trade that eWay is engaging, right? This is actually, we can identify different types of electronic trade or electronic commerce, B2B, B2C, C2B, C2C. This is actually business to consumer. Why? Customers are directly place order to the business manufacturer. The manufacturer is sending particular order via their agent. Finally, the transaction take place between business and the consumer. That is that's to be identified very clearly. This is B2B. State 2 advantages and 2 disadvantages of electronic trade for consumers. What are the advantages? Customers can make this, customers can involve in trade anytime, any place. Maybe night, there is no matter that shop is closed. That take place online, and they can do their transactions 24/7 as well as any place. Other thing is they have different payment options, right? They have different payment options, right? They can use debit cards, credit cards. Sometimes they can use, if they accepted, they can use crypto transactions, right? If they want, they can use wallets, cash wallets, right? There are many payment options. Wide range of payment options are available. Other thing is customers can buy goods in any country, right? There is no geographical limit. They can place orders, right? And out of these, you can write any, right? Identify 2 government institutions which facilitate to business in Sri Lanka and explain their respective law. What are those? We can say Consumer Affairs Authority. Consumer Affairs Authority. Consumer Affairs Authority that is responsible to protect consumer rights, right? That is consumer rights. That is protecting consumer rights. Then That is one institute, right? Another one is NITA, National Apprentice and Industrial Training Authority. This National Apprentice and Industrial Training Authority, they are providing required vocational trainings, right? Vocational training. Vocational training, right? And they are introducing different standards, right? Another is SLS, Sri Lanka Standard Organization, SLS, right? Sri Lanka standards. SLS normally involving providing different quality assurance and quality standards, introducing different standards to Sri Lankan organizations. Another thing is National Institute of Packaging, right? National Institute of Packaging. National Institute of Packaging, they are involved in organizing and packaging trainings, courses actually, right? And introducing new packaging methods, right? Like that, there are different institutions are there. In addition to those, we can say Sri Lanka Institute of Business Management, right? And Industrial Technology Institution, National Institute of Design, right? These are different government institutions that supports and facilitate different business entities. Tarindu graduated from Thailand State University recently. As an undergraduate, he visited several areas in Thailand and came across to see how the waterways are used in Thailand in transporting coconut. As an heir of the coconut estate, Tarindu wonders whether Sri Lanka can develop waterways for transportation of coconut from estate to coconut mills and other factories which use coconut as a raw material. Now, Tarindu is planning to start the new business focus in the export market as an entrepreneur. Identify 3 qualities of a good waterway transportation system as a transport system. Now you should know what are the qualities, what kind of characteristics to be there in different transport methods, maybe waterways, maybe airways, maybe railways, right? Normally for any transport media, we are expecting the lower cost, higher speed, the capacity, availability, right? Out of these, you can indicate any. Right? State 3 services that licensed commercial banks in Sri Lanka provides for an exporter. As I told you, right? They can issue letter of credits, right? issuing LCs for payments, letter of credits. In addition to that, licensed commercial banks are involved to provide leasing facilities. Also, they are providing bank drafts. Also, they are involved in stock underwriting and different agent services, pawning services, and internet banking, different types of business loans, right? That is the way these banks can involve in, licensed commercial banks can involve in them. And other thing is they are providing facility of the current accounts, right? And these business people, they can draft their demand draft checks actually, right? There are different methods, different facilities. Explain the relationship between entrepreneurship and the business. Right. Normally, entrepreneur, right? Entrepreneur is the one combining all other factors of production in a business. As an example, we can say, you can start from the entrepreneur is very important. Entrepreneur is very important fact in a business as a factor of production, right? This factor of production, entrepreneur is combining all other factors of production in the business, right? They are providing different types of services, and entrepreneur is innovating their products, right? Innovating their products, and entrepreneur is making decisions for the business. Entrepreneur is making decisions for the business, and entrepreneur is the one bearing the entire risk of the business, right? And he's making many decisions to mitigating the risk, right? That we can understand. This you have to explain up to certain level, right? The relationship between entrepreneurship and the business. Right. Okay. Seasoft is a soft drink manufacturer located in a 13-acre land at Veyangoda, bounded by Veyangoda Oya. They buy fruits from different regions of the country, including Monaragala, Gampaha, Anuradhapura, and Vellavaya. Seasoft is having a good relationship with small-scale farmers in the above areas. Seasoft has developed a computer application to indicate the requirement of different fruits at particular week. The small-scale farmers who are registered with Seasoft can access this system through their mobile phones. They updated the system regarding their availability of fruits. Orders are placed automatically by system and fruits are transported to Veyangoda plant from respective farmers. During the year, they had to face a lot of problems due to rumors spread in the village regarding dumping of wastewater by manufacturing plant without treatment. Villagers suspected that their water resources, including their domestic wells, are at the threat due to this wastewater Once a group of villagers organized a protest in front of the main entrance of Seasoft, accusing them of environmental pollution. This protest was settled with the interference of the police in the area. During that week, a national newspaper published an article on this incident. Further, the newspaper also pointed out the use of artificial food colors and flavors by Seasoft in some of their products. Later, the board of directors of Seasoft informed at a press conference the initiatives they have taken in getting relevant environmental certificates, SLS and ISO certificates, and the establishment of the wastewater treatment plant. Further, they invited the representatives of the villagers to visit the factory and to witness these initiatives and rely on facts rather than rumors. Right. A company involved in business, right? Fruit business, and there are certain information as given, right? Identify 3 factors which should be considered by the Seasoft in conducting their business ethically. Ethics. We can explain ethics towards customers, ethics towards suppliers, ethics towards competitors, right? Conducting ethical business, what are the factors to be considered, right? Nature of the business, customer care, right? Competitors and their intentions, the cost of implementation of the policy, right? There are different things to consider. Identify 3 factors, then you can identify 3 factors which should be considered by Seasoft in conducting their business ethically. Explain 3 advantages of using new technology to business of Seasoft. What are their, if they are using new technology? Mainly you can explain minimizing the waste. Using the technology, they can minimize the waste, right? They can minimize the waste. Right. Technology, then minimize the waste, right? Especially waste of manpower, waste of using the high-tech production technology. We can minimize waste of materials, right? And that is minimizing the cost of production. That is minimize the cost of production, right? And other thing is using, they can gain higher customers satisfaction, right? Higher customer satisfaction, they can get higher, but they can implement electronic commerce platforms, and they can let their customers to directly order online, and in such way they can maintain higher customer satisfaction. Also, they can introduce their products, right, and services continuously. They can keep engaged with their customers using social media and such collaborative technologies, right? That is very important, right? Or out of those, then you can explain 3. State 4 actions that can be taken by CSOF to prevent environmental pollution, right? You can introduce 4R policy, right? Mainly you can say recycling, right? Introducing recycling of waste materials and waste water, right? And comply with regulations introduced by relevant authorities. As an example, they can comply with regulations introduced by, say, Environmental Authority and Ministry of Environment, right? And they can comply with those regulations, right? And they can introduce green policy. Green policy means eco-friendly policy. Also, they can introduce a good waste disposal system, right? Waste management system they can introduce. Right? What else? Identify 3 economic resources that CSOF currently having according to above case. Right. According to above case, then definitely you have to get those from the case. What are those? They have a computer application, right? And they have a land, 13-acre land, right? And they are employees, entrepreneurs, right? Those are resources. Explain why society is considered as an important stakeholder for CSOFT, right? Why society became important important stakeholder. Normally, society we are understood, we are identified as external stakeholder, right? Now, this particular organization, company operated in the society, right? Then definitely they are obtaining certain resources from society. Then other thing is they have direct relationship with the society, and they have responsibilities towards CSR, actually corporate responsibilities towards the society, right? And they should, another thing is they have to comply with some regulations introduced by government institution in order to protect the society, right? Then in that case, we can say, we can understand the society is very important stakeholder for this particular organization. Right, okay. This is the end of the section C and end of the, then you have to go through this action verb list very carefully. Right, what is it? Draw, relate, state, identify, list. And other thing is, don't try to read this in the examination hall. Right, this is common for all papers. read it before you go to the exam. And not only reading, that you have to understand, right? Okay, this is the paper in 2023, right? If you have any problem, if you have anything to ask me, then definitely you can ask, right? This is my number. You can drop me WhatsApp message. Not 74302972 not 74302972 right? You just drop me a WhatsApp message if you want get to know anything, right? Another thing is I will provide you. I have some lessons in my channel, and I will share those you to learn further, right? Then we will stop for today. Then if you have any problem, you can ask me, right? Uh, right? Okay, then we will stop for today. Thank you very much for your participation. And if you have anything to ask, you can ask now. Do you have